You cannot afford a fancy real estate space, but we just might have a solution if you're starting out on your business. Before we go, real estate prices are booming across India and are often a big obstacle in the way of young businesses starting out. Well, there is a solution. It's been around in the West for a while and is catching on in India too. It's the idea of co-working, sharing a workplace where people in different professions and organizations can all work under one roof. Not your conventional office space, but one that may work for you. Kriti Mathur visited one such space.
It may masquerade as a regular working environment, your typical office, but look closely. This is a co-working space, the new way to get your startup that extra push it needs. That's where places like 91springboard, a co-working space, come in. On offer here, a shared working environment for companies, freelancers, startups and professionals. So those working on the desk next to you are usually working for another organization or even for a competitor, not your typical office. Sharing space here are teams of 2 to 3 people working together, or freelancers or even new companies just starting out. All they need to do is pay per month depending on the amount of desk space they need.
The idea behind co-working is a lot of the time when you're starting up, like alone or a small 2-3 person team, it ends up being like you're working from home, your basic problems like internet connection, things like that, you're really reinventing the wheel in the early stages. So the idea with co-working is, one, take that hassle away so people can actually focus on their business, and more importantly, like create this community where like I talked about reinventing the wheel, chances are if you're in a community where there's 50 other startups around you, someone who's the guy sitting 3 desks down probably has dealt with the same problem before you.
91springboard was founded by Varun, Anand and Pranay, who were childhood school friends in Delhi. After their studies and work took them their separate ways, the trio came together to create 91springboard in mid-2012. Varun brought his startup experience to the company after beginning to work with several startup firms. Anand studied at Stanford University in the US and worked with 2 startup companies, and Pranay headed the incubator and accelerator at IIM Ahmedabad before quitting and joining 91springboard full-time. The 3 of them combined bring together over a decade of experience in business and entrepreneurial startups and have made arrangements in 91springboard for other budding entrepreneurs, adding their personal touch to their business by naming all the conference rooms after their favorite video games. A co-working area typically provides desk space, phone connections, power backup, office amenities like Wi-Fi and printers, cafes and conference rooms. With over 63 companies working under one roof, 91springboard connects its co-workers with marketing agencies, PR firms, investors, legal help, HR and accounting. And people with the skills could be sitting right across you.
The thought was 3 layers of services to entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs. 1 is infrastructure and services, 2 is networking and knowledge, and 3 is incubation and capital. So what I mean by that is the first layer is where they get a plug-and-play office space. In India, getting just office space, executing a lease, getting a phone line, getting internet connection, it takes 2-3 months. This is when the entrepreneur has all that energy and they're wasting it away just figuring out infrastructure.
Co-working isn't only about sharing a physical environment with strangers such as an office place. It also involves ample room for idea exchange, discussion and synergy on projects alongside people with complementary skills.
So the fundamental to 91springboard is the idea that let's get a lot of good people in together at one place and they'll all interact with each other, good collisions will happen and good things will happen. You just walk around the space and you'll see these people who didn't know each other earlier getting together in a room. We've had people find co-founders here. There's one company where two different people who were working in 91 Springboard now got together and they are working together. We seen people find customers here. People find ideas. We see brainstorming sessions where someone just stands up and says, I'm coming up with this mobile product. Can you just give me ideas on how else can I improve upon it?
Co-working is an idea that is well developed in the West, with other companies similar to 91 Springboard coming up across India. The idea is a fledgling one, and how feasible such a work environment is for different types of companies, only time will tell. Such an environment usually suits companies that have small teams. As the business expands and kicks off, teams prefer to move out of co-working space into their own office due to space restrictions and of course privacy concerns.
We are still a step away from being Silicon Valley, but I think it's another matter of 3-4 years when we'll reach there.
With spaces at such a premium, it may only be a matter of time before co-working becomes a larger reality in India's professional space. In New Delhi with Zubair Rizvi, Kriti Mathur for NDTV.
And that's a wrap on the show. Remember, you can email us or even tweet us. Keep writing in, share your thoughts with us. What would you like to have featured on the program? Keep writing to us. That's it then for the moment from the entire team and me. Goodbye. Good night.